What's up everyone, Josh here and welcome to another video. Today we're going to take a look at one of the newer amp sims available from Audio Assault, and this one is called the Mach VI. All right, my friends, there you have it. That's the Mach VI in a mix, and you can kind of get an idea of what I like to do with it, at least rhythm-wise. And one of the things I love about the amp just right off the bat is how warm and rich those low notes can sound even at higher gain. It's great stuff. So if you're not able to tell already by the look and the title of this amp, this is heavily inspired by and kind of a love letter to the Mesa Mark series that we all know and love. And it's not meant to sound like or be inspired by anyone in particular in that series. It's more of an amalgamation of all of the best parts of each one, if you will, and kind of handcrafted and custom made with lots of love by Audio Assault to give us the best overall Mark experience. So that's exciting. Let's take a quick look at the controls on the front and then I'll show you some sounds. So starting on the left here, we have lead and rhythm selection, so 2 channels on the amp to choose from. And then you have 2 gain stages for each channel. So that's what these knobs here are for. Gain 1 kind of sets the overall character of the amp, and then gain 2 kind of dials in the saturation and aggressiveness of that sound. We'll demo that in just a moment. Then you have independent EQ controls for each channel, so bass, middle, treble. You'll notice you have some shift switches here to get a little different tonality out of it. Just really in-depth, fun stuff, but not so overly complicated that you don't know what you're doing, right? So you can really dial in something custom here. Then each channel has its own switch to use or not to use the post EQ section here, which if you're familiar with the Mark series, you're gonna be right at home using this. And then of course you have your presence, depth, and master. So everything you need, nothing you don't. Let's talk about some sounds. All right, this first one is called Mood, and it's kind of a low gain bluesy situation. Check it out. So very polite, nice and mellow, and for this tone I'm using the clone drive on the front from Amp Locker. You gotta go get Amp Locker, y'all, I'm telling you. And then on the back for all of these sounds, I'm using the Dream Tone cab pack available on their website. I'd highly recommend you use it in tandem with this amp. They were kind of made for each other and they sound so good together. But one of the things I want to demo with this is you heard how mellow that tone was. All I gotta do to get a little more out of that is push this gain 2 control, and you'll notice I'm going pretty hard with it here, but it's not this earth-shattering difference. It just kind of does this. So even though the gain 2 has been pushed pretty hard, I've got the overall character set with gain 1, and gain 2 is just kind of fine-tuning it. So if I really want to push gain 2 here, I can get a nice crunch out of it. So that's where a lot of the fun with this amp is just dialing in those different gain structures and seeing which one suits your tone the best. Let's move on to the second one. All right, this next one is called Spicy Mood, and it's kind of a beefed up version of the first one and a little more shred friendly. Check this out. So there you go. And for this one, I'm using the lead channel. I'm using the Klotz boost on the front with a little chorus and compression. And then on the back end, you'll see the cabs there. Post effects as well. So lots going on in that one to kind of get that nice, I don't know how you describe this right here. Just kind of that nice, you know, very warm, very rich. So that's the next one, taking advantage of the gain controls on the amp and the EQ here. All right, this next one is kind of a more beefy tone and a little more dry, so you can really dig in for those heavy rhythms. Check this out. Just love how aggressive this amp can get on that low end, but still keep it nice and warm and not get too fizzy, right? Check this out. You do a nice open chord like this. Just lots of clarity still, nice and warm and rich, gotta love it. So on the front, we're using just a boost and compression, and then on the back end, the same cab setup because it just sounds so darn good. You could really go wild with this one on the front. If you wanted to take that boost off and just use the amp sound, it would be like this. And very warm, very fat. But I like it with the boost to get a little more tightness out of it. And of course, these Klotz pedals are awesome in amp locker. Okay, moving on to the next one. All right, this next one is called That's Nasty, because it kind of is. Using a lot of chorus, a lot of gain, and kind of just over the top, but here it is. Just so fuzzy and warm on that low end, man. I love it. I'm just playing it loud and proud. And what I've got on the front is a fair amount of chorus. I'm using the Klotz boost here. On the back, I'm using a 421 condenser instead of the U47F like the others. And then what's so cool about this one too, I've added in an Octaver pedal just because of how fuzzy it was, right? And what I like to do is turn the boost off, turn this Octaver on, and get kind of this sound out of it. So it's just fun, man. You know, you could have a lot of fun with that kind of stuff and just really dig in. And if you wanted to change the character of this tone, you know, obviously you have all the options in the world. You can see how I have the EQ set here. It's just lots of options to choose from. All right, let's move on to the next one here. All right, this next one is called El Cruncho, and it's kind of a mid-gain situation, kind of like our first one, but maybe a little more pop to it. Check it out. You know, you just have fun with that. And of course, get my pick back and can actually do some more with it. So what's fun about this one is I'm using the lead channel, but at a really low gain setting. On the front end, I've just got a boost and some chorus. And what I can do here is turn gain number 2 up to, let's just say, like a 6-ish or so. And then I'm kind of in that Marshall-y world. And even that's kind of pushing it. I'd say maybe more like a 5 would be good. Yeah, there you go. And if you wanted to add a little delay on the end of that, you could have all kinds of fun. Good stuff. All right. So that's kind of a little more mid-gain situation, and you can totally go there with this amp. All right, this last one is a clean tone, and while this amp doesn't have a clean channel per se, if you dial in the gain low enough and use the right tools, you can create something really nice. Check this out. So you can totally go there, and what I'm using on the front here is some chorus compression. The boost pedal's here, but it's not on. And then on the back end, the same setup, pretty much as all of them. I didn't really mess with the cabs too much. I was pretty happy with them the way they were. So again, we're on the rhythm section here, but don't be fooled by that. You can make it kind of clean if you want, or if you want to push the gain a little bit more and get a little more edge of breakup. Let's try this out. I actually really like that. So I might save that as a preset. So you can just go in here and save preset. I'll put it in my Mach 6 folder as I like that. Boom. Okay, there we go. So overall, my friends, that is the Mach 6, or just a little bit of what you can do with it, or what I like to do with it. And really what's important here to know is the versatility of this amp is just nonstop. I feel like I can dial in any kind of tone I can think of, and using the tools and other things available in Amp Locker just makes it kind of an endless, fun playground of things to do. So if you're interested in getting Amp Locker, you can do that for free. You get a free amp sim out of it, free effects and stuff, and then it's so affordable to upgrade and to build this collection of great tools from Audio Assault. They have really done amazing work, especially in the last few months. They have just not slept. They have given us so many great things at great prices. So go check it out for yourself, see what you think. Let me know what you think about these presets in the comments. If you want them, come to the Facebook page. Audio Assault Users Group has a great community where we share presets and stuff, and I'll probably end up having those in there. So there you go. We'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed the Mach 6 from Audio Assault. Take care.